after you guys went a little stagnant in the second quarter on offense, you talk about what happened in the third quarter. You were able to spring open some big runs and really get momentum back.
Yeah, we went in at halftime. We were just struggling with a couple things. I mean, some things weren't going our way. We weren't really having much luck with any of our plays that we were running. So we came out in the third quarter and we just rejuiced and started running the ball a lot better. The O-line really picked it up. I did as best as I could to pick it up, and our defense really stepped up, and everybody just gave it all they had. That's really what it takes.
Can you take me through that touchdown that gave you guys back the lead? You gave it in the slot, and you kind of take me through that.
That's one of our kind of trick plays, I guess you would call it. But we don't really call them trick plays because we run them all the time. But it was getting really loud there, and I couldn't really hear the snap count, and I kind of went when he snapped the ball. And they blitzed into our perfect spots, and I got the pitch from Tom, and the O-line just had it blocked perfect, and I walked in basically untouched.
Everybody's talking about before the season finishing strong. Was that something you guys were focusing on in the huddle? And you talk a little bit about getting some of those big runs at the end to run out the clock.
Oh yeah, when you get in a situation like this where it's a close score, and I mean we're going back and forth. I mean you just kind of got to go for the throat and just give it all you got. Finish every run, every pass play, every block as hard as you can. I mean that's why we condition so hard in the summer, and that's why we all work together so good as a team, because we all know that we got each other's backs.
How big is this win for you guys, being in the opener and getting off to a good start against a ranked team?
Oh, it's real big. I mean, we came in really confident. We know we're going to be open up some eyes here pretty quickly, and it just brings us together a lot closer as a family. I mean, that's a big thing that we've been focused on this offseason, is coming together as a family, and you could really see it there in the second half of the game. Everybody was coming together and getting each other hyped up, and I mean, it's just real big for us, and it's going to be a good year.
Do to kind of get some of that back?
Yeah, well, give them a lot of credit. They came and played with a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm. I don't think we particularly tackled very well, but give them a lot of credit. When you're missing tackles, that means people are running hard, and they did a nice job and responded well.
What about offensively? They were able to get some big stops on you guys. What was happening in the fourth quarter, particularly? Not be able to.
Well, we're a team that feels we got to run the football and play action pass, and it gets to a point in the football game where you've got to throw it. You've got to be a five-step pocket team. That's just not what we do particularly well. So they got us in that situation, and we didn't perform very well.
When you lost Anthony, can you talk a little bit about what happened there? And
he just cramped up. We had a lot of kids cramping. We kind of felt first half maybe they were a little tired, and we let that opportunity slip away. And then we got to the second half, and it's a humid night, and kids are playing real football for the first time. You can try to simulate that game situation, but you can't do it until they get out there and play. And it's very typical of a first ball game. I think for both sides, kids are going to be, really tired, and we worked hard all week to, tell our kids to hydrate and get ready. It just, all of a sudden it jumps up on them, and you're stuck behind the 8 ball.
Talk a little bit about your run defense as you get ready to go into game with Grand Valley next week. Just what you hope to do, go back to work, and.
Yeah, you got to control the line on in the run game. I think one of the things that occurred is they got some misdirection and hide the ball a little bit, and they did a nice job. I think that the quarterback did a nice job. They mixed up their play selection very well. We had the stop down here on the big second down play, and then on the third down play, made a great call and called the reverse, and we were all excited and over pursued, and didn't have the guys rally to the ball like we need to, but. I think you got to give their offensive line a lot of credit, and you got to give their running backs a lot of credit. They just they played really hard, and they deserve to win.
Good. Nice. All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Here, you talk about this team's performance in the second half and fourth quarter, and how you were able to show some of that toughness.
Well, I think there's a lot of character in that football team. We got something to prove. Unfortunately last year, we fell short of our expectations, and we kept that on our shoulder all off season, and came into this football game really wanting to prove what we can do. And our expectations are very high here. We want to be competitive. We want to be able to play for a championship, and you don't really know until you start matching up against people. We played against a good football team today, and we made some mistakes. We got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things that we need to get accomplished to get where we need to get, but it was a good indicator on what we can do this year as a football team.
You talk about they score 17 straight points on you guys, and then you're able to really get momentum back through the ground game with Skylar and some of the other guys. Can you talk about what you were trying to stress offensively to get some of that momentum back?
Well, we were just trying to get our offense, clicking, and we were leaving points on the board. There was opportunities that we had to score, and we had to become a little more consistent executing the things that we were trying to get accomplished offensively. And as it started to click, and as we started to get into the groove, then we started to do the kind of things that we can do. And the big part of it is that I'm really proud of, and you want to find out what kind of people you're working with. Our guys didn't let down because all of a sudden things weren't going exactly the way we wanted it to go. And, we missed a couple opportunities to score, and we didn't hit the panic mode or anything like that. It's like, we're going to fight through this thing. And to me, that's a great indicator of the type of football team that you need, because as we go through the course of the football season, we're going to have our hands full every weekend, and we're not always going to have the opportunity to, be right where we want to be on the scoreboard.
Talk about the play with Skylar's touchdown run on the third down on the reverse, and just a little bit about that play.
Well, again, there's a lot of people involved in that, and it's people executing the blocks and making things happen, and we try to use our misdirection to keep people, honest defensively, and that definitely helped us in that situation. Hillsdale's a good defense. That's a football team that was very successful last year, and with the majority of those guys back playing against us, so that made us feel pretty good about it.
Special teams, some of your thoughts on that. You left some points on the board.
Yeah, special teams, we had our ups and downs. We left points on the board, and that was a young man that's just getting some experience, and that'll get a lot better. I felt real good about some of the other things that we were doing on special teams with field position. I think we really helped ourselves in that, and I think with that, there's some very positive things. We made some tremendous strides from last year, just in that first outing. But we start cleaning up some of those other things, and we're gonna be able to win football games, because of being dominant in special teams.
So, Coach, you beat the team that you should have last year. A lot of people believe this is against a ranked team. Do you feel like, or do the guys feel like this legitimizes you guys and gives them some confidence going forward?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in rankings. I really don't pay any attention to that. I don't look at that at all. I do know that Hillsdale's a good football team, and when they came in here, we didn't talk about where they were ranked and where we were ranked. Somebody told me that we were ranked down at the lower end of the standings. To be honest with you, I never even read it. I don't care about that. I think that we are a good football team. I think we've got some guys that are very competitive. Today was an opportunity to kind of test us a little bit against a good football team. If these rankings are true, then that means Hillsdale's pretty good, and we're not bad ourselves. But the big thing is, we needed to get a W under our belt, and we were able to do that, and kind of fought through some adversity getting there.
Any other questions?
Back some of the rhythm offensively after that opening drive, but then you guys kind of went cold in the second quarter. How were you able to get that back?
I think it was just more of a change at halftime. That first drive, we kind of really controlled the tempo, and we had plays going off really quickly. And after that first drive, we almost got ahead of ourselves a little bit. We were almost moving too fast and not really thinking about exactly what we had to do. And I think halftime was perfect for us because it really got us to settle down a little bit. We were almost doing things too fast, getting a little too ahead of ourselves, and half just pretty much was a time for us to relax and get things together and, you know, come out, and we were able to be successful in the second half, though Hillsdale had the ball quite a bit in terms of time of possession in the second half.
And you talk about some of those, you know, third down conversions and some of those big plays to keep drives going, and what was going on in the huddle and make sure that, you know, guys were, you know, executing properly and keeping those drives going to put you guys back into the game in the second half.
I don't really know how really successful we were on third down. I mean, if I remember right, I don't think we were actually converted that well at all. But yeah, a couple, you know, at the end of the game, we were able to pick up some big first downs that allowed us to extend some clock and kill, you know, the remaining time in the game. And you know, having the lead, you know, it was basically just a thing of, you know, hey, you know, we need one first down. You know, everything in the huddle was, you know, we need one first down right now to win this game. You know, and the mentality was like, hey, you know, it's all out right now. You know, and that's what we did at the end.
You talk about the long gainer that you broke and you know, kind of what you were seeing there.
Well, originally there was a big roadblock in front of me. I had to jump over it, and then there was nothing. There really wasn't anything to see except, you know, open field, and, you know, I made a cut on a safety, and I really should have scored, but I got tripped up, and, you know, I had good downfield blocking from my wide receivers, but you know, it's unfortunate that we didn't even get any points out of that, you know, play. You know, big thing was that, you know, it did kill some clock and was able to get us a first down and, you know, keep the game moving. But definitely not, you know, really too happy with, you know, our conversions down. We were in the red zone, close to the red zone a lot, and didn't put many points on the board. So that's something that we really need to improve on next week and work on.
Does this give you guys more confidence, you know, now that you've beaten one of the top tier teams in the league going forward?
I think if anything, it gives us more confidence just for the fact that we really didn't play that well tonight. And I know it's the first game, and a lot of guys probably say that. A lot of teams probably say they don't play, you know. And there's some kinks that we got that, you know, that you always work out in first games. But overall, you know, I think, you know, our confidence has always been there. I think we have had a really, you know, confident group of guys this year, and, you know, it's a business. You know, it's been, you know, I think there wasn't anybody on our team that was doubting that we wouldn't win this game tonight. And if anything, yeah, it's great that we got the victory because it moves us forward in the next week, you know, and we just got to get better.
Any other questions? Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.